guys, this is FFAN 16 and Ransic, and we are back with another The Gamers Library podcast for February. This month we will be touching on game delays, pros, cons, and just all about it, because it seems to be the norm that's coming down the gaming industry lately. There's questions, there's topics we want to discuss tonight, so stay tuned for that, guys. And here is my co-host Ransic. How are you tonight, my friend?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Yeah, just working. It's been cold here the last couple days after we had a warm like Chinook come through, and we should be having another one come after tomorrow, so gonna get nicer again. So
That's a good thing.
yeah. But so our topic tonight is going to be on game delays, because it seems to be the thing to do for game development in the last couple months here. But it's not a new topic for gaming. It's been going on for a few years now, and it can bring pros, it can bring cons. So we just want to talk about our perceptions. Again, guys, this is all just the way we see things. You're in every welcome to disagree or agree, but please, positive criticism in the chat would be greatly appreciated, but we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Anything I'm sourcing today, though, because I will go through a couple articles, I will leave the sources down in the comments below, so please go reference the original sources if you're interested. So what's your thoughts on game delays and the amount that we've been seeing lately?
Oh man, I just can't stand game delays because people are so itching and waiting for these wonderful games to come out. And oh my god, like especially the most iconic one, Final Fantasy VII, which got delayed.
I'm
And I'm
actually
like,
kind of happy about that, but I'll explain why it's more personal than happy that it's delayed.
yeah, me too. I think me and you think alike. I'm a little happy it got delayed a little bit because of personal reasons, but it still hurts everyone else that
Mm-hmm.
really wants to play the game because we've been waiting for years for this game, and now it's delayed once again, and I
Yeah.
don't even know. Like and the thing that I'm afraid of, it might get delayed even more.
I think they're pretty
Um,
close to going gold. I wish they would wait till the game is like nearing that gold status before they give us a release date, or at least they are projecting to hit gold within like a month or two. So let's announce a release date. Give us a release year. Look at Digimon Survive. We still don't know when in 2020 we're gonna see the game, but they haven't given us an expectation yet of, oh, it should come in first quarter or second quarter. If they delay it out of 2020, though, then they're going to get a riot on their hands because it was supposed to release last year. So,
right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think the reason why it will get delayed a little bit further more is because of this whole tragedy. And I just want to, take a time to
yeah, we,
feel condolences for all the families in
yeah,
China. We,
yeah, I'm not monetized, so go ahead. YouTube's been
yeah,
striking down most things that talk about that sensitive issue, and it's not like I don't want to,
right,
but I've
right,
been
right,
watching a lot of videos where it's been a sensitive topic. So
right.
we'll
Let's
send our
not go too much.
condolences, and
Yeah, it's
we'll
just
hope that
condolences.
they get it pinned down and they come up with a vaccine
Antidote.
soon to help
Mm-hmm.
those that are sick and potentially those that could become sick. So we
You're
send out the
right, and
Gamers Library condolences and support for those
right,
that are suffering
but
at this
I
time.
feel I feel like that's the only one reason why it will get delayed a little bit because people down
Production.
there, production, they want to make sure nothing has contracted that virus. But that's pretty much the only reason why I think it'll delay unless they get delayed by other means
Um,
necessary, like where
Final
maybe
Fantasy
they want to add something.
Well, see, Final Fantasy VII only got delayed because they want to polish it more, which is understandable. They
Right,
have a lot of weight on their shoulder. You fans are amazing, but damn do you put a lot of weight on these poor developers' shoulders. They do not want to disappoint you, and they're scared shitless. I
I got
guarantee you they're scared shitless to release this game and get negative criticism from you guys. So
yeah,
they're
and
polishing it for us.
please fans, don't kill our people
We
because
want them to
sometimes I
make
feel
Final
like
Fantasy 16 here, people.
yes, I feel like sometimes the fans are so brutal because they want everything so perfect.
Yeah,
You got to understand, these people are real people who have families,
who don't
who
see their
have to take.
families when they're
We don't see their
developing.
families, but they got families, they got wives, they got husbands, I don't know, whatever the cookie floats.
Yeah.
But it pretty much like they're just human beings and we gotta treat them as such. And I feel like yes, we're all gamers and we all love to play and we want to go out there and,
Well,
and
we get
and
the hype
rush this
trains
thing.
going and we feed
Yeah,
into ourselves, which is great. They want that. The marketing that fans can do is amazing. They kind of, I find, shoot themselves in the foot just a little bit. And I'll elaborate what I mean there. They want to get the hype train going way too early. Like the station at the other end is not built yet. It's got the foundation, it's got the frame. The train shouldn't be started yet, but they stoke that train up full force towards that station that is not ready yet. And that's why I think most of the games get delayed because they get announced way too soon.
right.
We could get teasers. We could even say, but they got to get closer into development before they even release. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 got announced way too early. I know they were trying to tease us because it was already like 7 billion games before we even heard anything about Kingdom Hearts
Right.
3. But we got a trailer at E3 2013, if I got my dates right. I'm a little fuzzy. And then we didn't hear anything for a good 2 years, I think, or something. Someone's going to
Mm-hmm.
correct me in the comments, but it was a while. And then it's like, okay, what happened to this game? Final Fantasy Versus 13 went into
Mm-hmm.
development hell. They announced that way too early. Pick your marketing strategies a little bit easier. We know you're making games for us. We'll get super excited if you give us a little bit, but you kind of peak us too soon, and then when you have to delay it, we're like, dude, we've already been waiting 10 goddamn years, man. Like, just what have you been
Right.
doing? But it
It,
hasn't been
it, it,
10 years. It's been 4 years for them, but they announced it
right.
way too early.
And it pisses me off because Final Fantasy 15 was a game
Mm-hmm.
that, like I
That's
said,
huge.
like
And it got
when
delayed too. That game got
it got
delayed as well.
yeah, it did. And when it was Versus 13, I was like, I remember it was like
Oh, it looked
2010,
amazing.
and it was like, oh my god, what is this? Like that's like right around the time when 13 came out,
Yeah.
which
I
I'm
remember
not
the
super fan of.
E3 watching the trailer at the E3 it was showcased on. I was still like with my daughter's dad and we were living in an older house, but I was watching in his office and I'm like freaking out. What is this game? It looks amazing. And then you heard nothing about it for like ever.
Right, and I'm like, OMG, we're gonna get like this awesome game. There's a sequel to 13. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, what he's gonna he's gonna be the squall to Lightning's cloud.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is like the emo version again, all over again.
It
He
kind of
was
looked
kind of
badass
so.
though. A lot more
I'm
badass than Squall.
it did, yeah, he did become a little bit more badass than Squall. I did like his blade, when he introduced the 15, with the
Yeah.
engine blade. It
They did
was pretty
dull
cool.
they did dull Noctis into more of the bro kind of guy when Tabata took over for Nomura. Nomura's funny. He's trying to put a lot of that back into Kingdom Hearts 3 where he lost it with Final Fantasy 15. Don't tell me anything about Yuzora yet. I still have to play through Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind to find out more about Yuzora. I can't wait to get to that part. But it's just cute how Nomura just won't let his two children go, which is Sora and Noctis.
Exactly. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the bundle to come out for Kingdom Hearts so I can buy. I have all the whole collection
Yeah,
to me. But yeah, I just don't like game delays. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 was a very long delay as well.
that was an
Uh,
unexpected delay.
it was God knows when. I remember when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, it was like 2005 or six, and then next thing you know, we're like, oh okay,
Well, it
it will
wasn't
come out
delayed.
like another
They just didn't go into production of it
for a
for
long time.
years. For like 10,
It's like they
15
gave up
years there
after
was
two. They
no.
were like, okay, let's just give up after two. Maybe we don't have to make this. And then all the fans start demanding it. Come
Well,
on, when are we gonna get
I think
three? And then
I think Nomura had a plan for 3, but he wanted to tell us stories yet, and that's where we got Dream Drop Distance, we got Birth by Sleep.
a whole bunch of
They
prequels.
had a whole bunch of that team working on other projects, and to get the full team back together to work on Kingdom Hearts 3, they restructuralized Square Enix in from all these divisions down into like a select few divisions. So they restructured the whole company. Stuff like that causes delays in games too. Budget
Right.
causes restrictions. look at the hardware they have to deal with. Back in the day, we had like the PS1, PS2. Yeah,
Hmm.
they were graphically high for their time, but they're not as graphically demanding as the PS3, PS4, and just imagine the PS5. Dev times went from a year between game releases to 4 to 10 years between game releases, and still get delays. So
Right.
what what do you feel that they could do to get the hype train going, but not give it to us so soon that we're like, delay? Oh, come on, we've been waiting. You've been talking about this game, hyping it up for years. At
Right.
least
I feel like what they need to do is just limit some of the trailers. Like, yeah, do
spoiler
some
trailers.
trailers. Yeah, spoiler trailers. Don't spoil the whole goddamn game in one freaking trailer, like movies do these days. Marvel
Well,
especially.
Final
Three
Fantasy
minute
VII
freaking trailers.
Remake's giving a little like it's
Too
getting a little
much.
too far in its trailer creation. But we could talk about trailers in another podcast. If you guys like us to talk about what we like or dislike about game trailers, please leave us a comment below. We could definitely touch on to that subject in another month's podcast. So please let us know if you'd
Right.
like us to talk about that.
I just think that they should just limit it a little bit. And they just gotta. I feel like they need to. If they had more manpower, I said just create more subdivisions for that specific game, so they can focus on that game. So the game doesn't have to be delayed for so long. You know what I mean? Like I understand that's a lot of people, a lot of
Yeah.
money you gotta spend. It's probably not enough space, in the
Well,
company.
the teams again from back in the day could be anywhere from 5 to 10 people. Now they're hundreds
Hundreds,
working
yeah.
on
It's like
one game, and you got to coordinate all that code and those developers, and you got to do testing and development, and put all that into one cohesive unit to work with each other. Somebody's code over here might disrupt another person's code over here. So it's a
right.
lot more of an intricate art than it used to be. And don't get me wrong, I know it was hard back in the day, but it's getting more complex with the growing technology we have in game consoles and gaming PCs.
Right. Especially all the graphic cards and everything like that, the coding for that. Back then, it probably was like, oh, a little block here, a little block there.
Eh,
Oh, we're
pixels
creating Snake.
versus
We're
graphical.
yeah, we're creating Snake's face,
Now, you
from
guys
Metal
just be
Gear.
aware we're not professional tech coders
We're
or
not coders or nothing
programmers.
like that.
I do work in a field where I deal with programmers, but I'm a tester, so I deal with the end product and testing to make sure that it runs to a consumer functionality point. So I understand the need of the developer to produce a functional product and how hard that can be at times, but the coding itself, don't get us wrong, we're using our best estimates as to what we know at our limited capacity of what they need to do to create products. So I just know that technology, the greater the technology gets, the more infrastructure it needs to create a product for it, right?
Right.
And the question being here, guys, if the developers, which it seems to be a norm, we got Cyberpunk 2047, is that what it is?
Funny, I think so.
So we got
24/7.
Cyberpunk, we've got Marvel Avengers, we have Fairy Tale now delayed, and it's delayed huge. It's delayed for 6 months. Like I'm
Jesus.
okay. I'm okay with a month delay. Final Fantasy 7R. You go hard, buddy. You get a nice little polish on you. I could wait 30, 40 days. You do your thing. When you make me wait 6 months, you should not have announced that game's release date so soon. But maybe they didn't run into the bug until later. Who knows? I don't know if they're polishing it or if they ran into a game breaking bug. But that's where, again, where's your quality testing at? Should you have given us a release date without that quality testing from start to finish of the game being done? If it's an 80/20
Right.
rule, whatever, that's cool too. But if you're giving us a release date and you got a 50% consistency of your game, maybe we shouldn't get a release date. This is just a guess, but a 6 month window of a delay tells me there's a little bit more. And Avengers is even more, isn't it? It's been delayed until November, December, or October, somewhere like
Yeah,
that, like
around
fall,
there.
winter time. So I don't know, and that's that's understandable more to me than Fairy Tale because it's an online game. So there's way more components to deal with. You got servers, you've got latency and connections, you've got multiplayers in one connection, where Fairy Tale's a single player instance game, so there's less likely of a chance of a server crash or latency or graphical integrity with the product. We gotta look at it from their eyes too, but they've got to understand they got to stop giving us unrealistic release dates, in my opinion.
Right.
Again, these are
Like
all my opinion.
like they give you a release date. Oh, we're testing out a game. It's gonna come out like a year and a half from now. Like, why? It's so early. Like, we need to do it. You need to be realistic. Like, be like 2 to 3 years, maybe four. Because some games take a long time to build because of
Like
their
4
programming
years is
or
a low estimate nowadays with
right,
development. You're looking at a
right now.
7 year development cycle now, from what I've heard from
Yeah,
most developers in gaming.
yeah. So it's 7 years. So imagine that 7 years to make seven. Go figure. Seven.
7-7.
Seven. And then who knows that they're gonna come out with a Final Fantasy 8 remake or 9 remake and continue the trend.
They
Who
they
know
they
and
want to look at a younger team doing that too. So then you're expected this new generation of developers to take an
they should
older
have a
property and
yes, they should have a group uh, 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 get another division, name it the remake division. They solely work on Final Fantasy remakes or any other game of Square Enix that are remakes or any other company that could do that as well. Like Konami. Konami to make games no more. But any other company that want to do remakes, for example, they can have like a remake division and they can focus solely on remakes. I wouldn't mind that honestly because I think that'd be great because we need to move on to the future. We need to move on to Final
yeah.
Fantasy
I just don't want
16.
16 being thought of as an afterthought. Like it's their bread and butter. New Final Fantasy games bring out the new technology. That's where Square Enix pushes the envelope, and they're doing a little bit of that
Right.
with Final Fantasy VII because it is a full remake. It's a full revision. It is not a story by story retell of the original. And
Which I don't
you could
mind.
definitely notice in the trailers, even though I
Hmm.
love the honeybee in part. That was great.
Wait, maybe Aerith doesn't die on this one. Please don't die, Aerith. Please
Or
don't die.
maybe she does, but then she's your guiding spirit through the rest. Like she never really leaves you. I think she needs to die though. But again, we're getting off topic.
Aerith. I'm sorry.
I think there's something with the wills that are whatever those spirits are called that are always following her. There's something that Nomura wants to tell us that he probably couldn't in the original game.
Well,
Um,
due to because of the technology
yeah.
of the PS1,
Well, look,
you
four
couldn't really tell.
discs, like,
Yeah,
and the
it was just
memory
not
on
enough
each
space.
disc is so tiny. Like you download a game today and it's 60 to 100 gigabytes. Like
Right.
no,
I'm happy now though.
yeah,
I'm much more happier now. I feel like now because of this new technology, people could tell more stories that they couldn't tell before
yeah,
because of the technology, hardware issues. Now they can tell, and that's the reason why I feel like another reason why that the games get pushed back for so much is because of that reason. Like, oh, it's too much. The hardware is we need to keep getting more time, and I feel like some of these companies rush this to happen. Like,
yes.
no, we need this now. You need to do it now.
Well,
I don't
here's the
care.
question: would you rather them rush it? Okay, release a product that is incomplete, buggy, or require day one patches. So I'm talking about you, Fallout 76, and or do you want them to say, hey, look, we've noticed a few things, or we just want to tweak this so you have that best experience day one when you get this game? So we are sorry. We know you want this game March 3rd, but if you give us another month, you're going to get an even better product. So do you
I
want to get the game
would
on
say
March 3rd and wait for that patch on April 10th that can make the game 30 times better or 25 times better? Or do you want to wait the extra month and get a complete package delivered to you? I'm not saying again that they won't do another patch, but it's less buggy, it's less chance that you're gonna run into maybe Cloud getting stuck in a cage or barrier on the mission, the bombing mission, and now you're dead because he got his foot stuck in a wall that he wasn't supposed to phase through. Like,
Right. It's like, oh, boom, dead. Oh man, Cloud, I'm
like,
sorry.
although I can't
I
wait for people to find glitches in that game. It's gonna be hilarious.
that's gonna be super hilarious.
And out of bounds
But
people.
but back to your question though, I think it's best to do a complete game, not to rush it because rushing it, this is why, I don't like games get rushed because I get upset.
Mhm.
I'll be like frustrated. I'm like, why is this game so short? Why is this game so buggy? Why is this game like really like ticking me off?
I'm gonna
Like
spend $70 on a game I can't play.
yeah, exactly. I can't. I'm spending so much money for a product that's not delivering to its hype. And that's the problem. When I feel like that's why I think that's why they push back Final Fantasy VII because they want to give you the best experience right
Yeah.
away.
I think they're scared to release it without giving us the best experience too. Again, we put the
Right,
weight
because
on them.
we put super much weight on them. That's why they try to push it back as much as they can to get it perfect.
Yeah.
And once it's perfect, once it comes out, I'll be very happy. I'll be super stoked. I will be looking for Red 13.
He looks
uh,
amazing, by the way.
he does. He's back, baby, Red 13. But I feel like that's mainly the reason. I feel like it should be a lot better. It should be Final Fantasy and any other games that get delayed like this.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't do it. Shouldn't do it. It need to be full games right away.
Do you feel like like not the developers, because they don't have really the
The,
choice of a release date. It's the company saying, hey, look, here's the project. This is when we would like to see this game released. And then the development gets into their cycle and they're like, yeah, we're pretty confident. We're at X amount percentage done. The marketing team takes over. Let's say they get a little hyper themselves and they say, this game's coming out X and X day. Where was I going with this? I have a thing I'm about to say. Do you find that expectation of a release date needs to be more coerced with where the actual development is, or do you find that the marketing wants to get the hype out there so much that they feel like they need to give the fans a release date, because without that release date the hype train just won't be that big? It almost feels like we're forcing them to give us a release date, because when's this game gonna be out? When can I expect to play it? Like, is it really the fans that are putting the pressure on these companies, or do you find that they're just wanting to get the hype train too quickly themselves?
I say it's a little bit of both, because sometimes, majority of the time, it is the fans that really want these games to come out, and they pressure these companies to create these games quicker. And by doing things quicker, people get stressed out, and there's flaws, and there's mistakes, and there's all these other situations. But then I also feel like sometimes the company itself rushes the people who make the game,
Yeah.
and the programmers and everything. Like, listen, the fans are not, are not rushing you that much, but I'm rushing you because
Gotta make
I
that
want
money.
you. We got to make this money. We got to get this game out. Or maybe they just have so many projects that they're working on.
Yeah. You
And
gotta
they're
free
working
up
on
the
so many
team.
projects that you got to free up the team, free up the time, and just take one game at a time, people. I don't really understand why you have to have like 5 games
Well,
so fast.
it's okay if they've got the right kind of start. Like Square Enix is doing something that works a bit. Like, they've got the different divisions. Each division has a role. Each division is responsible for a certain type of game.
Right.
And it does come down to that project manager and the team. Do they work cohesively with each other? Is the producer and the director a little overzealous with the type of story they want to tell? Nomura, story they want to tell. Can it be developed in a way so there's a management tool, and I just feel like it needs to be readdressed on the company level and the marketing level as to when to get us engaged as fans. Because if you engage us too soon, the pitchforks and the torches come out when you don't deliver, especially those really hype games where it's nearly 3 weeks to release day, and it's like, oh, sorry, we're gonna delay this. So we can be understanding, which is great, but the most time is you get a lot of like another delay, another game, and it just seems to be a lot when it's one after another rather than the odd instance of this one game this one time this year that got delayed. It seems to be a lot lately where you're hearing, yeah, another game got delayed. Check.
It's bad. I mean, think about movies. Like movies the same way. When movies get delayed, people get
But
pissed. But
you don't hear of that as often, but I'm not in that circle, so I could be wrong. It could happen all the time. I probably don't even know about it. But
right,
like I hear about a movie's release date when it's going to hit the theaters. It's like, "Oh, it's that time already. Oh, it's out in the theater. I want to go see that." But I'm not
right,
following it as closely as I follow video games. So
of course.
I could be totally wrong. Like the Sonic movie was delayed a little bit because they had to go redo Sonic, but a lot of people thought that that was a marketing ploy to get us to go see Sonic because now Sonic looks like Sonic. Yes.
Indeed. I'm watching that for my birthday, by the way.
Nice. I want to go see that soon. I heard it's really good. I heard Jim Carrey steals the show.
Oh, I gotta watch it. Gotta go fast.
Yeah.
But
Dr. Robotnik.
these gaming companies gotta go fast. No,
Yeah.
go slow.
Yeah.
Go slow. Take your time. Build a
But
quality game. I swear, Omni Slash better be perfect.
yeah, it yes, taking their time is great too, but I'm gonna play the other side now. A company needs to put that little bit of pressure on their developers to have an internal date. Okay, it doesn't have to be external; it needs to be internal. They got to be having some sort of deadline, or else it's going to get into development hell. It's going to be slack. There is going to be stuff not done. So there should be a margin reached, a percentage done.
Right.
Testing should be completed to the majority. And like I said, if they're near going gold, gold is complete. Gold is, I'm going to release this tomorrow and it's complete. It could go out to people. You could have it sitting at gold status for 2 months before releasing to the public. But you
Right.
need
It's
that.
seven's on gold right now, I think, right?
No,
It's
they're
gonna come.
polishing it. They'll probably go gold this week or close to.
Right.
They're pretty quick. I haven't heard anything about them going gold yet, but if you could get a standard set where everything gets checked off, give us a release year, that's fine, because you've got 12 months to play with in a release year, right?
Right.
2020, great. So every month we're just sitting here, we're waiting for a date. That's better than saying it's going to be February 23rd, 2020. Oh, wait, we got to delay it till June. Like, do you see what I'm saying is like that expectation? You've already hyped us up. I've already booked my week off work. I've already got a plan. And then, oh crap, it got delayed. Now I gotta get my week back to work so I could take the other week off. And yeah, it's a big
Right.
inconvenience to me because that's what happened with Final Fantasy VII. Like, I booked a whole week off work. I had it all
Right.
planned out what I was gonna do. Good thing my work works with me with my days off because I have to just coordinate with three other ladies that deal in my department. But if I was in a
Mm.
huge department where I had to put in my schedule for a year in advance, I'm
Right.
screwed, right? Like I can't take that week, and it's my loss. I get it. It's cool. Like one person's struggle isn't somebody else's, but that's a struggle with delays. Is we work around those release cycles for games so that
Mm-hmm.
we can enjoy them as gamers.
Right.
Take the time off, de-stress, play this amazing game that requires our attention, and we rework our lives for the new release date that got delayed too. So please don't delay it again. I don't want to reschedule my work off because it really
Right.
gets harder after that.
And it's not only that, you also have to understand that yes, us gamers, we have to adjust our schedule now because now there's a delay. Now that people who make money through YouTube also have to delay their schedule and they get paid to stream these games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn, now I can't
They got to figure out
stream this
something else to
game.
fill in the time with, right?
Yeah, they have to go play another game or do something else to fill in the time. But I do agree with you when it comes to yes, they have to do it, take their time, but they have to have some structure because
Yeah.
there's then after that you get the procrastination and people don't want to work as
We'll never
hard
see the game. It'll
and
take 15 years to produce
yeah,
the game if we
and
give.
people people get fired because
Yeah.
then that's gonna be like, oh, you're taking your sweet time. I understand, but you're not doing anything for the past 4 or 5 months. So I gotta fire you because you're just not taking this job seriously.
Yeah, it needs to be a
So,
balancing act between the company and their employees and the expectation of the project. So, and it's not just the gaming world that has this problem. Trust me, there's a lot of it in any kind of project development fields where they put the expected date before they even have a business concept or the understanding of the scope and the needs of each department it's going to take to build the product. They
mhm.
build it on a high uh requirement gathering, but then when they really get into the nitty gritty and they get the full scope and they get down to that near end development and they find issues that might cause them to go back and rewrite code, that's a huge step back. And I'm not saying that's what happened to Final Fantasy VII because they said that all they wanted to do was polish her up just a little bit. Maybe that's why it's only a month delay. Where maybe with Fairy Tail, again, I don't know. This is all speculation. Maybe they found a major bug in it, which caused them to go back and rewrite code. That could definitely produce a 6 month delay easily
Right.
because code is
Sometimes it could be more.
complex.
Yeah,
Code is
sometimes it could
complex
be like a year.
nowadays. So
Sometimes they push it back a
yeah.
year.
See, we got to
You know.
understand that the delay isn't to piss us off, which it could. Don't get me wrong. We want these games, but we don't want a broken game just so that we could have it, right?
Right, right. We don't want that because then after that, the experience is going to be terrible.
And
You're
then
going
we're
to
gonna
start
hate the game
cursing.
anyways.
You're going to hate the game. You're going to curse the freaking creator. And, because, like I said, fans, I love you guys. But
Oh, we love.
sometimes
We are you guys.
we are the exact same way. But sometimes I look at things in a different perspective. And then I just sometimes can't stand you, guys. because
Hate comments. Be nice.
Because yeah. I love you, but please work with
We
these
could get a
people.
little picture. Like I said, the pitchforks and the torches, they could be real.
Right. But you gotta be nice to these creators, man, because they're working their tails off to make this game
And
the
sometimes
best
in really
experience ever.
horrible conditions where they literally eat, sleep, and live at the development desk and don't see their families for months.
It's to me, it reminds me, just go off topic a little bit. It reminds me of the manga, like people who work on manga
Yes,
and they write
I
and they
hear that they
draw.
have such a horrible experience
Horrible work
at times.
experience. They end up getting sick. Some die of
Yeah,
exhaustion. So it is very, very troubling, and I get scared. And that's the reason why I don't want my gamer producers and creators and I don't want that to happen to them. You know what I mean?
yeah. There has been
Yoshi,
burnout. You lose
damn you,
people.
Yoshi P. You be good, Yoshi P. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Well,
um,
like there could be other things that they can't or won't tell us, like infrastructure, people loss, because when you lose a developer, or you lose a producer or somebody, you've got to replace them. Then you got to bring that person up to speed. They might do things a little bit differently, so that loses time. We got to just look outside of our own perspective sometimes, but it does disrupt everything. I do find again that they announce things way too early. They either give us little to no information after the initial yay, this is coming, huzzah, we're all happy. Then they go code zero for months or years, and then hey, do you remember this game we talked about 3 years ago? We're back in development for it. Like,
Final Fantasy VII was just like that. We saw
no, well, in Kingdom
the little
Hearts
trailer.
3, like,
Yeah. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. Oh my God, that was the word. We saw like one trailer and a little small glimpse of trailer.
yeah,
Then
Sora picks
boom.
up Eric's Keyblade at the Destiny Island, and then we don't see anything. They've changed graphically. The system has changed because I think that was for the PS3 originally. It was going to be
Right.
released for the PS3, got delayed to the PS4. Destiny Island's palm trees graphically got better from the
Right.
time that trailer was released to what we got as a final product. We can see
And
between console generations, even from when they
that
originally announced a game.
that probably pissed off all the PS3 players because they were like, but I don't have enough money to buy PS4 to play Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, well,
Well,
yeah.
well, that's what happened with most of the games in the PS3 life cycle, though, because I heard that that wasn't the funnest thing to develop for either. So, like
Uh,
Final Fantasy 15, which was Versus, that was supposed to be a PS3 title,
right.
never made it.
P4, yeah, that's the reason why I'm nervous for P5. Hopefully, P5 has great titles and their schedule. Well, it's probably gonna get
Well, the
worse because,
PlayStation 5 is
like
going
you,
to use the same infrastructure, but better as the PS4. That's why it's going to be so much backward compatibility to PS4 games. Because it's using a PC like structure, so it's just gonna read back. It's backward compatible that way. We can discuss backward compatibility in another podcast if you guys like, because I'm very interested in where the PS5 is going. They're being so hush hush on it, and then that might be delayed because of a certain incident that is happening, which is totally
right.
understandable. People's health first. PS5 delay. The Xbox Series X might get delayed. It's just no
Hmm.
confirmation. They can take their manufacturing to other countries. There are always probabilities of different things.
It would be
We
nice
just
if it
don't
had a
know.
manufacturing company over here.
It's
I
way
mean,
too expensive in the States for them to do that, or they would. Like it's all
New
about.
York, baby. Nah, New York City will be the worst place ever because it's just super expensive here.
Yeah.
They'll have to like fork up a lot of money. I mean, they have a lot of Sony stuff here, but it's just too much money, you know.
I think it's a good
Um,
selling atmosphere than production. It would
yeah,
be great to bring some of that production to Canada and the US, because look at the
right,
job growth we would get. But they've got to they can't compete with the cost of production that some of these other countries can do, because their labor force is a lot cheaper. Let's be honest.
right.
It's
Over, I ain't
pennies
gonna
on the
get paid.
dollar
Over,
compared to
yeah,
what they cost here. We
over
need
here it's
jobs
like
here
fifteen
too.
dollars flat. Yeah,
Yeah.
over here will be $15 flat. That's why I was, and we can talk about a business section of gaming in
Yeah.
another video. But yeah, overall I think it'd be a great idea if they did that. But delays happen
Hmm.
and it's natural. So fans, please bear with them.
I
And
just
it's gonna be great.
Yeah, the thing is, like I was saying, it just seems to be more prevalent, especially in 2020. We've had 4 or 5 major game delays already. There's the what is it? The Last of Us also got delayed. Sorry, my mouse was on the screen there. Let me see.
I think so.
So on Screen Rant, this is one of the articles. I'll leave the link below. They talk about every 2020 game release date that's been delayed, and you can see by the image I have on the back, it comes from that site, so please go give them some love. It's less than a month into 2020, and this year has already proven itself to be the year of video game delays. Isn't that a great slogan to go with 2020? Yeah.
Year of video game delay.
Well, at least we're achieving something so early into 2020. With delays as many as most anticipated games, Cyberpunk 2077, not 47. So thank you for the correction in the comments. I know they're there already. It has been delayed right after a major game delay crowded up Cyberpunk's initial April release month with anticipated titles. That's just it. Did you notice they pumped a lot of games into the early set of 2020, and most of them got delayed? Like April and March were gonna be such heavy competition for games, and it made no sense as to why all of these grade A games are coming out one after another. Who has time to play AAA games at the same time as each other?
Right, and March is not really a good month anyway for games.
Yeah.
I say May is good. May, June, July.
Yeah.
Sometimes April,
They need
but
to coordinate and not release. I know you guys don't work for the same companies and all, but god dang it, Final Fantasy 7R, uh, Persona Royal, Cyberpunk, Fairy Tale, all there's like Avengers. I don't remember when that was originally supposed to come out. They were all coming out in a short window of each other. Who
and
has
how
the
about Zelda?
money and the time to get all those games at once?
And how about Zelda? Zelda didn't get it hasn't even had a release date yet,
I don't
right?
think
For the
there's a release
sequel.
date on that one. Um, so they go, and then they go into Ghosts of Tsushima.
Mm.
Will release in summer 2020. Did we ever get a release date for Ghost of Tsushima? Tsushima?
Not that I
I don't
remember.
remember, but it sounds like that might have been. Oh, they finally announced at the end of 2019 the release date for that one. So that was the summer. But again, it doesn't give us a month. It just says summer. So that could be like anywhere from June to August, September, really.
Yep.
Then Resident Evil 3 remake is coming in April.
You
Surprise
Resident Evil
announcement by
fans.
Capcom. So that's gonna be for the PS4, and is that coming out on Xbox? So it's
I don't think
confirmed.
so.
So that's still not out yet. So hopefully that one doesn't get delayed. So I know I got a lot of friends who like Resident Evil games, so that's cool. I saw a couple pictures for it, and it looks amazing. Still more big 2020 games have been delayed than not. Cyberpunk may have been the most notable of these. No, no, they definitely don't know Final Fantasy 7R and how big that is. um, the list covers all major game releases delayed in order of delays. So Skull and Bones, which looks like a Black Flag ripoff, it's by Ubisoft, so maybe they're using their same technology.
Mm.
Was delayed until later, sometime after March 2020. So no, it was supposed to come out in May 2019, or was announced in May 2019 with no release date, and now it's March 2020. As soon as we can. Wow, that's a great thing to tell your fans. We'll get that out as soon
As
as we
soon as
can.
we can.
Again, marketing is everything. I don't think
That's
fans really like that response. Like we get it. Like you don't really have a date. Be like, we're working on it hard. We're planning to get this out for you guys. Like, maybe I'm taking it out of context. It just says it was from Twitter, so it could be totally out of context. I just love that
as
response
soon
though.
as
As soon
we
as we can.
can.
Um,
Get the pitchforks ready.
so it looks like it might hit E3 this year, which sounds like the only thing that E3's got going for it.
Right, right.
Oh, Animal Crossing, New Horizons. I know a lot of people who are excited for Animal Crossing. This was
Yep,
delayed.
I'll be very shocked if they come out of nowhere in E3 and I just see Parasite Eve remake. I will cry.
Oh my god,
I
they would
I, I,
make
will-
so much money. Just do it. Just do
I
it.
will cry.
Okay.
Please make it happen.
So Animal Crossing was delayed in June 20. Wow, this is a long delay. Look at this delay. From June 2019 until March 20th.
Oh
That is
man,
a huge delay. But
too huge.
just imagine how much better this game got. They should have, if they would have delayed again, which would have killed it. I understand why they didn't delay it again. If they would have delayed Final Fantasy 15 again, which would have killed them, by the way, we would have lynched them, their head office and everything. We would
Hollywood.
have got more closer to the Royal Edition that would have got released rather than the vanilla version we got. I love the vanilla version. I would play 15 on the vanilla version and I was happy with it. I felt like I got my $60 out of it. Royal
Not
and
bad.
the patches just added more juiciness to the fire. But then you get those people who are like, no, I'm not buying this game until it's complete. And they literally waited a year for the final pack to be released. I got the season release. I got the bros and everything when they came out, but I had somebody who literally waited until it was in a complete edition before they bought it.
Did they enjoy it?
Yeah, they did, but to me, I don't think they got the full experience out of it because they didn't feel
Right.
the game like in its vanilla version. And to me, that's like the naked person before they get dressed. So you get
Right.
to see the true look at that person. Sorry, naked people of the world, but you get to see the bare bones, and then they get dressed up into this really pretty dress, and they look or outfit or tux or daily clothes, and you look
We're looking
great.
at you, Cloud.
I'm looking at you,
It's
Cloud.
gonna be
But I enjoyed the game for what it was, and then I really enjoyed the game for what it became, and I grew with it. Does that make sense? Like I went on that
right.
journey with the game, And don't get me wrong, if it would have came out that way, I wouldn't have known any different, which is great. But I also enjoyed the way it came out too, which is crazy. Some people are going to think I'm crazy, but I am crazy. This has been established. um, so it depends on your journey of the game. There are some good reasons to delay, but
Indeed.
it seems to be the fail safe nowadays to delay. I feel like it's being
Right.
used a lot, in my opinion. Like these articles alone, with how many Doom Eternal got delayed. It was supposed to come out in October 2019. It is also slated for March. God dang it, March. March loves
March.
video games this year.
Well, that's
This is
gonna be
also March
bad
20th. So if you don't
because
like Animal Crossing, you can play Doom.
yeah, it's too many games in March, which means too much cluster hell.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually fans are gonna be like, well, I don't have enough money to buy all
Well,
these
that's
games.
just
It's
it. You're
$60 a
competing
pop.
against each other. Like you're
Right.
you're telling your fan, can you afford this game or this game? You can't get both. Well, pick one of us. We delayed to
Exactly.
make this better for you. Which one do you want?
It's like, which one do you want to spend $60 on? Me or you?
Well, here's not
So
a bad one. Like The Last of Us 2 was expected expected to release now on May 29th, but it looks like I don't know when it was originally delayed from, because they just have a release date on it. It's a sequel to a PS3 game, so I think they're more thinking about, holy crap, this game took forever. Push
right.
back 3 more months. Okay, so originally supposed to be out in, again, February, March time.
Man.
That one was supposed to be a February release. It was delayed 3 months. Again, what's with the release? Like February to April seemed to be cursed this year for games. Anything that was originally
Yeah.
supposed to be within that time frame seems to all got delayed.
Right. It could also be a placeholder. I mean,
Could
it could
be.
be like like a
You can't give us a release date and call it a placeholder. No. No. These are release dates. Placeholder is the 2020 year. That's a placeholder.
right when it says winter 2020.
If you're giving me a month and a specific day, that's a promise.
that's not a contract. Write
It's not
that
a contract.
down.
It's a promise, which we can renegotiate said date without my approval, but because I'm just a fan, right? But you're promising to me this game, it will be available in market on March 3rd.
They're
So then you
crossing their
come back
fingers.
to me and you say, fans of X game, we are sorry. We want to produce something way better than what we wanted to promise you on the 3rd of March. We are going to delay this a month so the person could take it as a, that is awesome, I'm agreeing to this new promise, or
Right.
I hate you, I really wanted to play this game on March 3rd. You broke your promise.
Whatever it takes to make the game great.
Yeah.
And
as long as it doesn't get canceled.
As long as the game doesn't get canceled, that's the most important thing. Because I've seen games get canceled. I'm like, wow, that game could have had potential.
They could have been.
Yeah?
I've seen some games that were almost done that got canceled. Like
wow.
they had betas out there, and it got canceled.
That's why I'm glad that Elder Scrolls 6 is taking their sweet time with Bethesda, Bethesda, or whatever they call it. They're
Is that
taking
the
their
next
time.
expansion, or?
Yeah, that's the full game. Because Skyrim was the game that came out in 2011.
Yeah,
so,
which is
so
still
that one,
alive on many systems.
alive.
They keep re-releasing that one.
It's like they just like, yeah, we're just play that one 10 billion times.
Here's the golden child. You keep playing this one.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
Until we can get it right, So release dates. That's how they work.
And of course, they've got the Final Fantasy VII remake and Marvel's Adventures on here. Final Fantasy VII remake delay and Marvel Avengers delay in mid-January. Final Fantasy VII was pushed back from March 3rd to April 10th. Again, a reasonable delay. A month and 7 days. It's not 6 months, like we've seen with some of the others on this list.
Right.
And then the Marvel Avengers, meanwhile, was originally supposed to be out on May 15th, and it's been pushed to September 4th. That one I could see being bigger than Final Fantasy VII because of the online and multiplayer component. You do not want a buggy, laggy, broken multiplayer online game, especially when it comes to Marvel products. People are insanely in love with Marvel products. You don't mess with that.
Right. Don't mess with Marvel. They're like making millions of dollars, and they want their product
And
to
it
be
looks
done.
it looks good. I know a lot of people were excited about it. Like I say, like both things, but these are my close friends, and I like some superhero stuff. So I even like how this game is looking. I personally is not my game style, but I would watch somebody play it. I can't wait to watch people play it. It looks
I
amazing.
mean, I played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 for the Switch, and that was great. I enjoyed it, but I like that play style more than the one that they're
Yeah.
gonna do in Avengers. Because Avengers, I don't. I feel like what it's like a Lara Croft Tomb Raider
Oh,
style where
okay.
you just it's just like I mean, I have to see how
Yeah.
the end result of the
Well,
game
hopefully
and
they start, if they're gonna be till September 7th, maybe they'll come out with a little demo to sample to get keep it. What's wrong with demos, Square? Like you have a demo for Final Fantasy 7.
right.
Give it to us while we're waiting for this month. This delay. If you're gonna delay the game, give us a little bit. Make us keep us pacified for that time period you're asking to delay. Cyberpunk 2077. Make a little demo. Keep the pitchforks at bay. Let's put up down our pitchforks and pick up our controllers and give us 30 minutes of bliss. Whatever, it doesn't have to be that long. And we'll yap about it for the next 30 to 40 to 60 days while you're finishing up your development, and then release the juicy Big Brother. That's what I would
Right.
like to see.
The juicy Big Brother. We
Yeah.
can play and we can hack crap down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Cyberpunk 2077 multiplayer. Oh, multiplayer component won't be on until 2022. Interesting. So the single player will be available September 17th. It was delayed from April 16th. That's a chunky delay.
That's
September
a
is going to
chunky
be a
delay.
busy month by the looks of it. It's no longer going to be March, April. It's now going to be September. So all
Mm.
you kids going back to school, all you college kids, all you university people, I hope you have money for your books and video games. Get a good summer job. Your wallets are gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt really badly, you
Yeah.
know.
So
And
these,
Cyberpunk, it's gonna be a great game. I'm excited
yeah,
to actually play that game.
which September isn't bad though. They could have hit some of these into the holiday season. People could be buying these as gifts for their loved ones who they know just bought another game that got released in September,
Right,
October. Release something in November. I think Final Fantasy 15 did really good releasing their game in November. It was amazing.
right,
Right before, not hitting that Christmas rush so it gets forgotten. Right before Christmas, November, quiet. We're just getting into the winter. We're getting secluded in our homes. We're going all hibernating. Pick up a game. Final Fantasy 15 is waiting for you. Like,
right.
beautiful time to release it.
It'd be a great time to release it, so that'll be an interesting part.
Ooh, Iron Man VR. I haven't heard much about that. Have you? That's
God,
been kind of
horrible.
quiet.
Iron Man
That's been delayed.
VR. To me, I think I really can't get into VR games. I just don't know.
I can't. They better help some of the graphicalness in the VR, the second VR for PS5, because
Right.
although I love my VR headset, it's still got the pixely. It's almost
Mm-hmm.
like dust look to it, and I
Right.
get motion sickness. So if my frame rates are low and I got the dustiness feeling, I get sick in the helmet. I could only play Mossy for like 30 minutes to an hour before I get sick. If they could increase the frame rates and fix the visuals in the new headset, I'm all for it. I hope they
Right.
do. It will help my motion sickness, please. But Daylight 2. What's this one? It was delayed from its original spring release in 2020 window now from January. I've never heard of this one. Hey, it looks interesting. It looks like it's another VR or first person perspective. And yeah, that's it for Screen Rant's list. Now I've got also IGN up on here, and they got the 11 biggest games that got delayed in 2018. So we could just see this isn't a trend of 2020. Like, game delays isn't a new concept. It's been around for at least the last 2+ years, even since what,
Further than that, yeah.
2013, 2014, looking at Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 and all that. Like, huge. Kingdom Hearts 3 not only got announced way too early, it also got a delay.
Right.
But
I feel like they weren't expecting it to be delayed that long. Probably
no.
they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be come out fast," you know. But nope.
The Last Guardian and Kingdom Hearts 3 inherited the menu to begin. Yeah, blah blah blah. This, they're just going into what it is.
Yeah.
Days Gone, they got as an example here. Crackdown 3, Dreams. That's just come out too. Like, they say it's to be announced in 2019. That's how old this article is. Dreams just came out this month or last month, like in January. So they were expecting it as early as 2018, but it got delayed till 2020. So that was like, I don't think they really had a release date in 2018. It was to be announced in 2019 for a release date, but that game looked like it got a significant delay. Even though we didn't get a date, we got a year. So that's where you're jumping from. You promised me in a year, sometime within that year, that you'd release this game, but I'm already in 2020. Where is it? And that's what happened with Digimon Survive. I believe it was originally supposed to come out in 2019. No release date, just year. We're into 2020 now, and they're like, yes, we're going to do this for 2020. Okay, that's cool, but are you going to give me a date? When are we going to see this date? The game's looking like it's getting further along. We're getting character reveals now that we didn't get before. Introduction to their Digimon and the partners. Some of the world structure, game mechanics, but no release date. No. Come on, Bandai, give me a release date.
Bandai, fix your life, Bandai. You're pissing me off.
Well, Bandai lives in their own time cycle, I feel. They just, which is kind of interesting way to developing games. Bandai isn't in the forefront as much as Square or Ubisoft, like, but they have the unique group of people like me who are into anime and games and like to see my anime in games. And I just very interested in getting that release date for Survive. So hopefully we'll hear soon, guys, and if we do, it'll be on the channel.
Indeed. Please, Square Enix, make a role-playing Power Ranger game.
Power Ranger. I don't think they have the rights to the Power Rangers.
Oh, at least Hasbro, I mean, can make it. Well, Hasbro doesn't have a gaming rights, I think.
But they could license it out. They could license the property out.
Right. They could. They just have to get a good company that really loves the Power Rangers that would do like a really justice to them.
You know what? They should get either who is the one that made Bayonetta, and then they should also get the one who made Horizon Zero Dawns.
Oh man,
Horizon Zero Dawns for the environment, and then Bayonetta for the fighting.
Right, it'll be amazing. It'll be an amazing combination.
But all right, well, we're getting close to the hour mark here. Any final thoughts on game delays and how more prevalent they seem to be within the last couple months here in game development?
Not that many. I just like I said, if they had like more little divisions, we could probably get these games out faster, and they'd probably also be able to take their time.
Yeah.
But I feel like because budget is very expensive, it's never gonna happen. We just gotta like roll in with the punches and just take those delays with passion and fill
We
our
really
time
have
with
no
other
control
games.
over it too. Like
We have no
it's
con-
all up to those companies and how they market and what they want to release to us. So there's goods, there's bads, but we get the games in the end, guys. We get to play them. We get to love them forever and or hate them depending on how they
right.
get developed. But in the end we get them unless they get, canceled. But they already get to the point where they're close to being released anyways. Canceling them now
Right.
would just be redundant.
Yeah, it will be very, very. That'd be very, very like too much. It's like it's just dumb. I mean,
Yeah.
people shouldn't get upset about lengths like that. Delays are
Mm-hmm.
delays. It's always gonna happen. It's always gonna be here. We just gotta go with the punches
Yeah.
and just go with that.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for sticking out through the Gamers Library February edition, talking about game delays. And these are all personal thoughts and opinions, and you're more than welcome to contradict or agree in the comments below. Please keep it respectful. We love to hear from you guys. Please let us know what kind of topics you'd like us to discuss in future podcasts, because the more ideas help us let us know what you guys like to listen to. All right, Ransic, thank you so much for your time again tonight.
No
And
problem.
we will catch you on the next podcast in March. We'll come up with some sort of idea. Maybe we'll talk about Final Fantasy VII in all its glory, as we'll be getting close to that release date. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Please check out, I've got new merch for the channel. I'll have the link below, some Chocobo Night attire and some happy gaming
I gotta
stuff.
get my Chocobo Night
So it does go to support the channel, but no obligation. I know money can be tight, but if you're looking for some swag, it is down in the comments below. Besides that, if you like this, we do have one podcast a month that we try to do about an hour long with my co-host here, Ransic, on the channel. So like, sub, leave a comment, and as always, guys, happy gaming!
Happy gaming.